The Haynes Group. You may not have heard of the Haynes Group, or maybe you have, particularly if you're in the Chinchilla area. They're a proud member of the Toowoomba and Surat Basin Enterprise. They're a company that specialises in field services and labour hire. And to tell us a little more about why they are proud members of Toowoomba and Surat Basin Enterprise and their company themselves, the Manager of Resources and Infrastructure is Peter Fenech, and he joins me on the line today. Peter, nice to have you with us. Thanks for your time. How are you?
Good morning, Graham. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about the Haynes Group, how you came to be established in the Surat Basin. What was the history behind the company?
Yeah, basically, Graham, the Haynes Group was first formed in Western Australia, servicing the Goldfield area over there. The head office was then established in Mackay, and again servicing the mining industry in the Bowen Basin region, which we still do. But we saw a need within the CSG LNG developments in the Surat, and we were contacted by a few of our clients to provide labour hire and field services. So we did that for a period of about 3 years, and then basically saw the need then to establish ourselves in the Surat Basin and chose Chinchilla as the base as one of the major hubs. And we've been now operational in Chinchilla for the past 2 years.
Peter, tell us about some of the projects that you've become involved with, or the company's become involved with.
Yeah, initially we started, really it was project resourcing, so that was in the civil construction, roadwork, structural, mechanical, within the CSG LNG developments. Since then we've now established ourselves within the operations and maintenance stream, which is your long-term opportunities. So at the moment we're currently, we've just won a fairly significant, it's a vegetation management contract around existing facilities. And that runs from Dalby all the way through to Curtis Island up near Gladstone. So servicing all the wells, the facilities, compression stations, vegetation management and weed control.
You talked about future opportunities, Peter. What do you see as being some of the main opportunities in the Surat Basin region looking forward?
I think, now it's transitioned into the O&M phase. We're currently in negotiations for, the brownfield site maintenance, which is ongoing, and that's maintenance on compression stations, gas processing facilities, wells, etc. And there's also, there's still construction happening. There's a fairly large, I think it's about 1.8 billion project called the Charlie Project. So we're currently in negotiations for the construction phase of that. So these contracts that are now coming out from the major proponents are longer-term contracts, and our focus 100% is to employ local people on those contracts.
We're hearing a lot about the Charlie Project. It seems like a pretty exciting venture, this one.
It is, Graham. Obviously, with the construction coming off the main facilities, this one is a real injection into the Wandoan area. And again, the whole focus is trying to, get local people employed and in ongoing work in the CSG LNG developments.
I mentioned earlier, of course, that Haynes Group is a member of the Toowoomba and Surat Basin Enterprise. What sort of value or benefits do you think membership of TSB has to a business like yours?
Look, TSB is a fantastic entity. Obviously, it was formed, the old Surat Basin Corporation, and joined forces with Toowoomba Enterprise to form TSBE. Very, very strong advocates for local industry. A lot of lobbying with both state and federal governments for major projects and developments like the Toowoomba Second Range Crossing, the Wellcamp Airport, plus a whole other range of initiatives. But they're extremely good in bringing business together, and it's a very strong network and lobbying group.
It's nice to find out about businesses like yours and the work that you're doing in that Surat Basin area. And I thank you for your time today to let us know about it. Peter Fenech, who's the Manager of Resources and Infrastructure with the Haynes Group. Thanks for your time, Peter.
Thanks very much, Graham. Pleasure.